Hello everyone. So quick feedback regarding your CA final Jan 26 AFM paper. Now this paper has been definitely above average and tilting towards the tougher side, especially if you compare it with the recent AFM papers that have come. Especially when we look at the MCQs of this paper, the MCQs seem to be quite lengthy and involving calculations as well as conceptual work, and even on the descriptive side there are questions which require a fair bit of work. Some questions like optimal portfolio etc. also coming up into the paper, but all in all the paper is definitely something which one can rate as above average. And again, as a student, definitely I would understand that you would like to see an easy paper, but remember what really counts is at the end of the day the marks that you get. And I'm by no means saying that there should be a direct correlation, but from what we have seen in the past, almost every time, and you can even ask this from your seniors, a relatively tougher paper always comes up with kind of a relatively lenient connection. Now, I don't know whether the correction is going to be lenient or not, to be fair. However, in general, that has been the case in the past. And if you have to take your kind of step forward, put your best foot forward into the next paper that is coming up, that is audit, well, that is your best bet. Now, again, don't really think about what is going to happen. Audit in any case has to be tricky. Last 2-3 attempts have been bad. Well, last 2-3 attempts of AFM will have been fairly easy. So that does not mean this attempt of AFM was easy. The same applies for audit. So if you have kind of completed 2 of the major papers of your group 1, just do audit properly. I know it is easier said than done after a difficult paper. It takes a lot of kind of courage, a lot of mental strength to kind of get back and put your focus back into the next paper. But trust me, the faster you are able to do that, the better it is for you. And you usually, it ends up, and trust me, you can bookmark this video and you will see that the results that you get for AFM, yes, you might be expecting really high scores, which may or may not come, but this is not a paper where you are going to get below passing marks. I can be reasonably confident about it. This is not a paper where you're going to go below passing, and as a result, I mean, if you're kind of hampering your preparation of audit, that can cost you even more dearly. What has happened for AFM has happened for each and every one of you, and as a result, if you are kind of going to rack your head, well, you can keep on doing that, but that is not going to take you anywhere. The faster you recover and you realize that this is kind of a general normal thing, which normal trend in the sense that everyone has kind of a similar feedback, you are going to be easier in order to move on into audit. And again, audit has its own, it's a theory paper. There is a bit of history, at least after the recent attempts in audit. So you don't want to kind of take a chance over there. And the worst thing that you can do right now is to overthink, do counting of your marks, do a kind of comparing of MCQs and everything. That is not going to take you anywhere. We keep on repeating this again and again. The earlier you kind of manage to transition to audit, and how do I transition to audit? I would definitely say you pick up things which are easier for you. Don't really pick up really big topics of audit right now. Pick up something, maybe a small essay, maybe something which you are very comfortable with, which kind of gets you into the mold, which kind of gets you into the momentum. If nothing, watch someone's revision video on audit and get started. Again, the best way is to self-prepare, the best way is to kind of go through, but get into the groove. I can vouch for it that you are, as a chartered accountant, you are very prudent, you are very conservative, you are always going to underplay, and you are going to say, oh, this paper has been horrible, I'm not going to get marks. Yes, you might get probably lesser marks than what you expected, but the only way you can negate that is maybe getting slightly better marks than audit. Audit, you were expecting 40 only. Maybe you are going to get more than 40 in audit. Okay, so think of it that way. That is the only way. If you put the best foot forward, the more negative energy you feed your brain, the more negative videos you see about it, I can vouch for it, you'll keep on feeling worse and worse, not better and better. So ensure that you kind of, I mean, it's a CA final exam. Trust me, out of the 6 papers, there are bound to be 1 or 2 papers which are going to be not as per your expectations, but this is a paper, this is not your mark sheet. Remember, let the mark sheet come and then you decide what is to be done. You have given your best in the paper. I am sure that it is not a paper where you are going to go below 40. Yes, you might not go into those high zones which you might have expected. Who knows, you might go, but nevertheless, This is not a paper where your survival is at stake. In general, focus and remember, there are going to be papers out of these 6 papers, at least 1 or 2 of them in every attempt which are challenging. So think of it that one of the worst papers is now behind you. So I mean, I would pray to you, I would urge you to kind of keep your kind of thoughts under control as much as possible. Focus more into the upcoming subjects, and this applies not just to audit, for every other paper that is going to come. And the faster you're able to recover from whatever has gone by, the easier it is going to be for you to manage. Okay, so lots of love and lots of blessings for all of you. I'm sure the audit paper is going to be a lot more kinder and a lot more gentler to you. So keep studying. Goodbye, good luck, and take care.